getting here to the news of the moment breaking right now. The Biden administration's getting I don't know what you might call this, a get out of jail free card here with Hunter. Oh, oops, didn't mean that. Didn't mean to even imply that. I don't know how that, I don't know how it came into my head. I just don't know how. But somebody at the White House, not trying to name names here, somebody at the White House had some illegal drugs in the, I don't know how that happens. I've been in the White House many times, and they've got kind of a strict procedure about who can get in and how you get in and all the security clearances. And they've got like bomb sniffing dogs and drug sniffing dogs and lots of x-ray machines, et cetera. So somehow, some way, somebody got some cocaine into the White House. And so we're lucky we heard about it. It's actually kind of amazing because, they try to kind of shove these things under the rug, so to speak. And it seems as though that's exactly what's going on right now. So the Secret Service allegedly can't seem to figure out how this really could belong to anyone because apparently there were no fingerprints on the bag. I mean, again, a little bit weird. There have been some suggestions. Maybe it was from a construction crew. Here's what I'm going to say. If people are smuggling drugs into the White House and no one within the security apparatus there at the White House knows anything about it, and then can't seem to figure out anything after the fact when they're going back and looking at the tapes, the videotapes, when they're going back and looking at the logs of who was there, and when they're trying to examine the bag for fingerprints and can't find any, I think you get kind of a little bit of, I'm just saying, just a little bit of a problem. And I think we ought to have better security. And so, as you can imagine, Republicans are going nuts. Let me quote something from Lauren Brobart, the Colorado GOP representative, who said, quote, "This is the third time that drugs have been found on the White House property since 2022, and we did not even hear about the marijuana." Now, you got to go to Bill de Blasio's office, former office in New York City, I guess, for that. "I certainly did," quote, she said, "not hear about the marijuana that was found in 2022 2 times. And now there's cocaine on the property." So everything they do is to move along to the next story. They know there will be another Biden crime crisis. She's referring, of course, to what everybody's been talking about and these allegations that somehow there was money that may not have been. Again, these are just allegations, but we have heard various reports about funding that was being funneled through the Biden family somehow via China, via other places. I mean, don't forget, it is a little suspicious that Hunter Biden, who had no experience whatsoever, no experience, guys, in anything within the energy sector, got that really plum gig, like worth a whole lot of money, some $60K or something a month, over in Ukraine at Burisma. Then there's like other allegations that are pretty serious about China. So that actually needs to be addressed. But yeah, according to NBC News, apparently marijuana was found by on the White House premises, allegedly was possessed by a couple of guests at the White House. So they reported that the Uniform Division officers had previously found marijuana possessed by 2 White House guests. The marijuana was reportedly in quantities that are under Washington, D.C.'s legal limit, and the visitors were instructed not to bring it back to the White House. Don't you do that. Not happening. Not here. So then they escalated to cocaine? This is not good. This is really and truly not good. And we don't know. We don't know if any of this is connected to Hunter, of course. I want to make that very, very clear, just so nobody accuses me of insinuating anything. We don't know. But we do know that he's had some problems, shall we say, just a few in the past. And that's been well documented and even admitted to by both Hunter Biden and his father, Joe Biden. So we know that he has that history. And we know that he went to the state dinner for India, like the day after he reached this little plea deal where he got off with just a little slap on the wrist for tax evasion. Guys, have some sense of decorum. And look, I'm a parent, I know, that's hard for Joe Biden. I'm sure it really must be awful when your son is such a screw up. I'm sure that's awful. I'm sure it hurts him. But you know what? At some point, this is bigger than you and your son. You're talking about the country. You're talking about the White House. You're talking about the reputation of the United States of America. And it's one thing after another. He's overseas right now, Can't even make it to a dinner there. Maybe he should have invited Hunter to go to that dinner instead. Hey everyone, Trish Regan here. If you enjoyed that clip, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button right over there. Did I do that right? Not quite, but you know where it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts, and I'll see you back on the show.